I spend a ton of time working on projects outside, but I hate mowing my grass. I mow, it grows, I mow, it grows. I'm sick of it. So I'm not gonna mow it anymore because this is gonna do it for me. I hope. Oh, what is this now? This is not even where it's supposed to be. And it's all tangled up. This is the world's first wireless robotic lawnmower. It's the Luba AWD 5000 from Mammotion. It has a motor in each wheel hub, giving it all-wheel drive. And check out these front tires that let it slide without ruining your lawn. This thing looks more like a Formula One race car than a lawnmower. It even has a working suspension. Let's check out the bottom. As you can see, it has two mowing decks. I guess you'd call those a deck. And basically the blades are razor blades and they are razor sharp. Enough of the technical stuff. Let's go get this thing set up and make the weirdest lawnmower review video ever. For the sake of transparency, I did not buy this lawnmower. I actually contacted Mammotion myself because I thought this thing was so cool and asked if they'd send me one to test. However, they have no say in this video, so let's see if we can't horrify this manufacturer. Mammotion says to set up your charging pad in a clear area, but I deliberately put it in a covered area to see how well it would get the signal. If you want to pretend like you're Aquaman, comes with this trident, pig sticker. This is the tower for mounting the RTK station on, and it mounts into the base. Due to my location, I knew that that wasn't going to really work for me, so I used the extra accessory wall mount to mount the RTK to my fence in a cleared area. Now I'm just going to use the Mammotion app to get things going. Is the grass a suitable height? Yeah, sure, that looks suitable. To map out where you want the lawnmower to actually mow, you create zones, and using your phone as the controller, you literally drive the Luba 5000 as if it was an RC car around the perimeter of your yard. Once you've completed that, you just go into the app and tell it to mow. You can see where it gives you different settings for how tall you want the grass, the efficient cutting, how fast you want it to go. Lots of different options here. And as you can see, we are mowing. And this thing is crazy quiet, so you would have no problem letting this thing mow your grass at night. It is cutting the grass right now. So now it's told me I have poor positioning status, and I thought this might happen because I've done everything it said to not do. So the mower has been sitting there for an hour and hasn't moved yet, so it's not getting the signal. So I'm gonna go move the tower over to the greenhouse, where probably should have put that in the first place. Luckily, my nephew and I just ran electricity over to this greenhouse this past weekend. So it works out perfectly that you can actually plug this RTK station in at a different location so that you get the optimal signal. I was able to run the plug underneath the roof and behind all of Kim's pots at the top of her greenhouse and to the new outlet. While I was putting things where they should have been to begin with, I went ahead and put the charging pad exactly where it should have been in the beginning in a clear area. And now I'm just telling it to mow again, and it's mapping out its path. While the Luba mows, I'm just going to chill for a little while on the front porch. All right, so I came out to check and see how things were going, and we seem to have a mishap here because this is not even in the map area. Little buddy, good thing I came and checked on you. Maybe it got like wrapped up over here. Anywho. All right, let's try it again. All right, as we approach where it ran into its problem a moment ago, let's see if it'll do it again. Hopefully not. Driving right into it. Why is it doing that? It's lost its mind. So I figured out what the problem was. Me. Yeah, I'm the problem actually. I wondered earlier whenever I looked at the map and started to mow why it had two sections that were almost overlapped and they had the same border, which was weird. I assumed that was because it could only mow one part of that at a time. But as it turns out, whenever I moved the RTK station about 45 feet from the house to the greenhouse. It actually moved my original mapping area over 45 feet as well. And I guess it left the original one there and it just overlapped them. So thank goodness for the vines, or the mower would have been mowing maybe across the road, I don't know. But again, that's my fault. That's not on the mower. That's totally my screw up. So just remember that if you do have to move your RTK station, just delete your old map areas and create a new one. With everything set up as it should be, now everything is running fine and the Luba is mowing splendidly. If you like nice, clean lines in your lawn, the AWD 5000 nails it. It does not mow random lines like other robot lawnmowers. Now, we all know that the robots are gonna take over anyway, so I've just decided that I'm just gonna give up and, you know, roll with it. Ah! No, okay, that was uneventful. Here's the truth. The AWD 5000 has this bumper on the front that when it comes in contact with an object, the mower will find a route around said object, or it has these 4 ultrasonic sensors on the top so that it doesn't even bump into the object to begin with. But within the app, you can actually turn those off. So currently I have those turned off. You'll see in the settings that allow you to change that. That makes it super safe so you don't have to worry about it taking out Fifi while she's out doing her business in the yard. It also prevents that scene from happening. One of the big things that I'm really anxious to find out about is, can this mow in our garden? Because this is a major pain to mow between these garden beds. Our lawnmower that we currently use just barely fits in between there. And honestly, it throws up a ton of grass seed into the beds. As you can see, it has no problem mowing in between these garden beds. This is freaking awesome. All right, so one thing I was a little bit concerned with, and you really can't fault this lawnmower because every lawnmower has a problem with them, is Bahia grass. Once this chute goes up and it's got the seed pods on it, pretty much every single lawnmower out there, 90% of them, are just gonna lay this flat. And by the way, if you didn't have the joy of growing up with Bahia grass as a child and then going up to another kid and saying, oh, have you ever tasted this? It tastes just like cinnamon. When you put it in your mouth and you do this right there, just now, what if you're like me and you have patches of grass back here, grass over there, grass right there, and back there, and grass in the backyard? Can it mow in these different sections? Let's see. All I have to do is put it in kind of the remote control mode wherever I'm steering it, and I'll bring it over to this other section that I want to add. Now that I'm in the new area that I want to map out to add, I'll just hit Edit, Create, Add Task Area. I understand. And then I'm just gonna drive it. Once it reaches its starting point, it tells me the planting is complete. Got it. This is a good part to tell you also, since this is kind of on a bank here, that the Luba can also do a 75-degree incline for mowing, and it is the only robot mower that can do that. Once you map out different areas and you've got to tell the mower how to get from one area to the next, I'm gonna add a channel. To do this, all I have to do is be in one of my mapped areas, and I'm just gonna drive it across to the other mapped area. See, and it stopped on its own because it knows. Got it. So how does it maneuver in less than ideal areas of your yard? Let's see. Yeah, baby. That is all-wheel drive for you. While the mower's doing its job, I might as well show you one of the other accessories, which is the garage, which is basically just this cover that easily screws on to the base here. You may be asking yourself, what about the rain? How does the rain affect it?
Well, it doesn't. The Luba can actually mow in the rain, although you can set it to not mow in the rain because it does have these sensors on the top of it that sense the wet on it, and it'll just go park itself.
What about dookie? Yard cigars, lawn yams, deuceberries, whatever you want to call it. Let's see how the Luba how does the Luba deal with defecation? I'm gonna put it on you. Oh, check it out. We're in the clear. Okay, so it does have an automatic lift sensor, so whenever I pick it up, everything will cut off of it. Let's see what the bottom looks like. Oh, better watch these tires too. Is there any nastiness? No, there is not.
For dog turds, I'm going to give it a passing grade. For those of you on the West Coast who deal with human turds, you'll have to test this out for yourself.
Now, for those of you on the West Coast wondering, is this for me? Would this work in my yard? Yes, it would, because it does have an anti-theft system built in. If somebody steals it, it automatically goes into like a lockdown mode, and it will alert you through the app, and apparently you can also track it then. But I mean, I guess somebody can steal anything, but if they do steal it, they won't be able to use it. The lawnmower came with a spare set of blades, but you can also buy a second spare set of blades if you want. You can also, if it's your thing, you can get a sticker pack for it to decorate, to literally make it look more like a Formula One race car. So how much is this gonna set you back? Well, currently $27.99. And that's a lot of money, but honestly, that's in line with like the lowest price riding lawnmowers, and you don't have to do anything once you set it up. Now, I have put this thing through all kinds of stuff this past week, and I think it's passed with flying colors. Longevity-wise, I have no idea, but right now, I'm pretty impressed with this thing. Now, if you enjoy reviews like this, I don't want to put these on this channel anymore. I started a second channel, and I'm going to put that right here, and I'm also going to do stuff where this new Project Bronco is going to be on there. Basically man stuff. So if you're interested, check that out.